I found her obituary. Welcome to the series where we deep dive into the vintage and antique books I bought at an estate sale for $10 from a woman named Peggy, and I found her obituary. Let's read it together. Her name was Peggy Paring Fuller. Born December 8th, 1921, died October 19th, 2017. It is with great sadness that the family of Peggy Paring Fuller announced her passing on October 19, 2017 at the age of 95 years old. At the time of her death, Peggy resided at the Forum Retirement Community in Cupertino, California. Peggy was born Elizabeth Ann Paring to Hoyt Carter Paring and Geraldine Mary Hamlin on December 8, 1921 in San Francisco, California. Peggy's husband of 49 years, Bob Hargis Fuller, predeceased her in 1897. Bob flew during World War II as an Air Force pilot coming from a family of many pilots and flyers. Peggy is survived by her 3 children. This is where we learn a lot about Peggy. As a child in the 1950s, Peggy's father, who was a mining engineer, lived with her family in Bolivia. After time spent in Montana, Peggy lived in California and Hawaii, which we already knew from her books, the rest of her life with frequent vacations to Sun Valley, Idaho. Peggy graduated from Stanford University in 1942, which makes sense because we have a ton of Stanford yearbooks from not only her time there, but I think one of her parents from the 1902 books. She was active in the Alumni Association, as well as the class reunion committees throughout the years. Peggy was employed as a civilian with the Army within the War Department at McClellan Field in Sacramento in various capacities from 1943 through 1945. Go, Peggy! Peggy and Bob, also an alumni of Stanford University, makes sense, were married May 29, 1948 at the Stanford Memorial Church on campus. Peggy and Robert renewed their vows on the same date in 1983, also at Stanford. Peggy loved to entertain. We know this because she's got a ton of homemaking, entertaining books, like dinner party type books, and has many long-lasting friendships. An avid letter writer and photographer, she loved to document her adventures and share her experiences with friends and family. There are a ton of photography tip books as well. Peggy took flying lessons and enjoyed flying for many years. That I did not know. She loved art and antiques, collecting for many years with an emphasis on Asian and Native American art and furniture and Native American jewelry. We also know this because she's got a ton of books that she referenced. She was very generous, gifting to over 40 different organizations and educational foundations, both in California and Hawaii. And we know this because she was a long-time member of the UFW, the United Farm Workers. She was a long-time donor to them. Peggy helped initiate the Hawaii School for Girls, taking an active part in fundraising and volunteering there. Later in life, she studied interior design and continued to enjoy that pursuit for many years. Peggy's ashes are interred with Bob's in Colma, California.